All right, sorry about the splash screen. I only have one monitor for now. Whatever. So, this is also the second time trying this video. I kept getting doors, people knocking at the door, and interruptions. There's a problem because of whatever. We can get into that. Hi, I was talking to one of my coworkers, and we were talking about Route 53 DNS updates and DNS resolution updates, whatever, for subdomains. And I have a Docker container, a Docker Compose thing that's gonna build. There is built. I have a sneeze coming. Hold. Yeah, never till I've stopped. All right, started. I paused the video. Okay, so it's gonna build this thingy and run entry point. Entry point is it's a really simple thing. We'll go over an example and walk you through it. Make a change, run again. So it takes the config values from the .env file. I have here, part of the problem I had earlier was there's other proprietary or special stuff down below, and I did not want that on the screen, so I moved it way down below, but in doing so, I also redefined Route 53 routes. So I wasn't seeing my route changes because it was redefined later. So here you see I have two domains, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.me and SpelledABC.org. We're also going to update every 30 seconds. Don't actually do that in production. That's probably not great, or production or home, whatever you want to call it. I think mine is set to every 5 hours. Not a big deal. You could also just stop and restart the container if you need it right now, because it'll do one on container initialization as well. So on to entry point. Come down to the main part. Pew! It does a little banner, which makes a ASCII art type thing of two different words, Ben SpelledABC and Route 53 Updater, but some lines for, I don't know, creativity, I guess we'll call it. Excuse me, my goodness. All right. While true, so fucker never ends. Do work. We'll get to that in a second. After it does the work, it says work's done. You're going to sleep for about X seconds. X is defined in your sleep seconds here. Haha. And then it just loops over and over and over and over. You get the idea. Until you kill it, or it dies, or fucks up, or whatever. So let's take a look at do work. Do work, we're going to get to external IP. It gets the external IP from all this jazz. It does have a default, which actually doesn't look like it even gets used. Whatever, problem for another day. Returns the IP, your external IP. So if you're running this at home or whatever, it'll get your external IP address, public facing or whatever, not your private one. Don't show your privates, which is why this window is up there. In a minute, it's going to hide some proprietary information. Right, so once it gets the IP, it'll, for each entry in the DNS list. DNS list is split up from the environment variable Route 53 routes, takes all that jazz and puts it in DNS base, and then it splits that up on commas. So this will be the whole thing, and it splits it on commas. So my DNS base is the whole string. DNS list is a DNS list index array location 0 is the first, and so on. You got the idea. Right, and then so for each entry in DNS list, it'll say working with that entry. You go out and get the zone ID because you need that to be able to use the AWS CLI to update stuff. And from there, it'll get that zone, or excuse me, that domain name and all the records in DNS records. Split those up on a comma, so a comma separated value, and then it does an upsert. It'll create it or update it if it's already found, and then does all that for, and then it goes on for each one. So let me show you what one of those looks like. Here is in parameter store. Let's look at SpelledABC.org DNS name. So it'll update the route or the base, as well as a subdomain called Ben, subdomain called DB, subdomain. You got the idea. Quite a bit, yeah. Right. So let's give it a quick run. Not a run through. That's something else. Docker Compose. Oop. I didn't do a build because I already had built it in a previous video that I didn't publish. Haha. Okay. So anyway, our DNS route list is 2 domains. Then these domains are unique for that, or excuse me, that subdomain list for each domain is unique to each domain. So that's about it. We're going to sit here for a few seconds and watch this automatically update by itself. Excuse me. While we do that, I'm going to have a piece of, I was going to have a piece of bacon, but we're done already. All right. So you can see it refreshes or updates all the time, which is going to be a bit excessive. We don't need it to actually run that long. So we're going to, as for demo purposes, we'll switch that back. The other thing that we're going to change is show you how easy it is to add another domain. Notice the first one only had 2 for the Route53 routes, excuse me. This one has 3, 1, 2, 3. Haha. And each one of these has subdomains as well. Save it, and then do another up. So on this one, there were 2, right? So 1 and 2, and it waited for a while, and 1 and 2. Okay. We'll do a Docker compose up, get a new banner. 1, 2, 3. Sleep a while. We're not going to wait 5 hours, which is what 18,000 seconds is apparently. But you get the idea. That's it. So if you do have it set for 5 hours and you're like, oh my God, my IP changed, and you need to run it instead of changing the variable, it does a init or a change on update. And then you can go to one. I point at my screen like you can see it, but you can see my screen because I'm recording it. Yeah, that's about it. Rambled quite a bit. Hope you got something out of the video. If not, smile. Life's too short to be angry all the time. Take care. Be well.